Hey, sorry for the bad audio. I just wanted to say, this picture right here is from me as a kid getting on my birthday. I believe it was my 4th or 5th. My first ever of my own game console. The Game Boy Advance SP Silver Edition. I played a lot of Pokemon Red. Point is, at the end of the video, I'm going to kind of make a new version of that. Kind of as a build represents that silverish color. It wasn't intentional, but it worked out that way. Also, I'm glad to be back. I hope you're glad I'm back. Peace.
It is time. It is time. We're building the PC. I look wild because I am on my iPhone. Welcome back. Please, thank you. Oh, I missed you. The lighting's weird, everything's weird. That's okay, because we're building a PC today. The PC, the gospel machine, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It looks like a Game Boy Advance, like this picture. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be sick, and I'm going to try my best to make sure that it is actually, we're going to do our best to all understand what's going on here. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm super excited. You're going to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm going to explain it piece by piece. So again, let's just get into it. Now, before I do get started, what I'm going to do is slide this over to the side, and I'm going to get the power supply. And I'm going to get the power supply. So this is essentially big, beefy, everything. This powers everything. It's the power. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and plug in the main power source with the power cord and then this right here. So what this is an electrostatic discharge strap, an ESD strap. Basically what it's going to do is it is going to make sure that I am grounded so that I don't destroy any of the static electricity, the sensitive parts accidentally. So I'm going to take the little alligator strap, plug this in. I'm not going to power it on, but I'll plug it in. That'll ground this, and then I'll use this alligator clamp it on. Okay, now I am connected in, plugged in, and grounded, so I am all good to go. And now we're going to start on our skeleton, the motherboard. I'm working with the Pro Z790A Max Wi-Fi, and you're going to see the interior of it pretty soon. I'm also going to get up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up, get it ready for our first part to go in, be installed, the CPU and the contact frame. Let's get it. So I go ahead and start by opening up the CPU box. As you can see there, it's got the CPU in its clamshell under my little face. I'm gonna unlatch the CPU contact frame or brackets that they have already installed, and I'm gonna make sure that I put the CPU in the correct way. And then I'm going to take the included Allen wrench that comes with the contact frame, removing the built-in frame, and then putting that aftermarket contact frame over the top, and then replacing the same 4 screws that were already in there from the factory. Now make sure you keep this clamshell if you're following along at home or you are trying to learn something about it, building PCs, because you're going to need that if you're going to resell it, RMA it, or in other words, get it replaced. So next up, we're going to go ahead and install our SSD. So this is a Samsung 990 EVO Plus, 4 terabytes. It's everything I need. I could have gone for the 14,500, but for what I need, this should be more than enough. And that's going to go right into this Lightning Gen 4 SSD slot closest to the CPU. So I go ahead and I start unscrewing the 2 screws retaining that Lightning Gen 4 slot. I open up my SSD and plop it right into its correct slot, making sure it's pressed in from the back and holding it down. I then peel off that protective layer off of the heatsink and replace the 2 screws. And all done with that part. So then we move on to the RAM. I opted for the Vengeance RGB version of the DDR5 Corsair 6,000 megatransfers per second. That's 3,000 megahertz with the XMP or the overclock built into it. It is the 10 nanoseconds overall latency versus the 12 for about $40-50 more. I figured I'm going for my dream build. I might as well go all out. So I will be showing you installation of that. Now for you guys that aren't quite familiar with what I said, all that really matters is that this is the system memory, not the storage, but the memory. It's 32 gigabytes. It's from Corsair. It is their Vengeance set. fairly simple. Now for this part, I'm going to go ahead and go over. I'm going to transfer, get all this stuff moved off, and we're going to prepare for sort of the final parts of the physical build. I'm going to get my case. I'm using the NZXT H7 Elite, and we're going to transfer this all over to there. Then once I install the motherboard with the 9 connecting screws, I believe they're called standoffs, we'll get that installed in the case, and then I will apply the rest of the parts. We have the CPU cooler and of course the beefy brawn of the PC, the GPU. So let me go get the case and we will get that running and the motherboard installed. And get the case. First I went ahead and I put the back bracket for the CPU cooler with the LGA 1700 standoff. I put the side brackets up and bolted them down with the twist-on screws, and then popped that case on out. I took off a standoff that was messed up in the middle and replaced it, and then made sure that my motherboard was in the right place, that little bracket was at the right place. I got my motherboard fully screwed on in, and then I installed my CPU radiator up top, the cooler, and then put on my Hydronaut from Thermal Grizzly thermal paste. I went ahead and applied a big glob and spread it using the spreader that was included till there was a thin layer across the whole thing. Remember to take this off. It is no good, by the way. This little sticker on the back of the copper box or whatever type of metal it is for you. Made sure it was going the right direction and then installed that over the top of my CPU, making sure to fully seat both sides, going on a one to the other type of installation method.
It didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would.
No. I then went ahead and opened up the back panel, started blowing all of the wires. So I began with the case fans themselves. I went ahead and made sure that I knew what I was looking at. If there was anything I didn't quite understand, I went back to the instructions. But I made sure to route and find the right place for everything until getting my GPU out, the 5070 Ti by MSI, matching the MSI motherboard, I should say. I got that installed. I installed the physical power supply finally. After I got everything the best I could and did pretty good at cable management, I put the back plate back on. I then put the top little mesh filter on, as well as the top connection place with all the buttons and ports and whatever. Okay, hopefully you can see me. We're now going to try and see if this will go on at all, and then if it will post. It's hot. There's no AC right now. I believe I've connected every single cable and all of the parts correctly, so this will not only light up initially, it will also post over here to my monitor, and I will get a BIOS, to which I will update and go from there to install Windows.
And God willing, when I press this button, this will power on.
And that is correct. Yes, we got it to post. The computer build was awesome. It was incredible. And it looks amazing. It honestly blew me away. I didn't quite know exactly how it would look, but it turned out exactly the way I was hoping for it to look, and even better than that. So I went ahead and got it to post. I updated the BIOS. I installed Windows, unlocked my Windows with my key, and then began to go about installing and testing out some games, as you could see here. And as I had mentioned before, yes, I recreated the picture. Yes, and it was awesome. It was so fun. The similarities of it, the silverish kinds, worked. Okay, and it's built. It's here. It's amazing. It's dope. I love it. And I'm excited because it means we can finally continue and start things that we've been wanting to do and should have been able to do, but just didn't have the ability to because of hardware. We're going to be able to kick it, run it up. The community is going to grow, and I'm so excited. Please, y'all, give yourself a pat on the back for being the best community ever. God bless. As always, I will see you later. Peace.